Hi, I'm Joel Wanasek with Urm Academy, and today I'm going to unbox our April 2023 Nail the Mix with none other than the brilliant Devin Townsend. We are doing the song Lightworker, and oh my, this is 180 tracks of fury. My computer can barely even handle this. I probably should have strip silenced all this stuff out before doing this video, but hey, you know, what would the fun be in that? So when you sign up for Nail the Mix, you get to mix this song. At the end of the month, you're going to watch Devin Townsend mix this and show you how to do it. This song is masterfully produced, recorded, and it is going to be an absolute challenge for, I think, anyone on earth to mix this song. It is just massive, massive, massive. I mean, look at all of these tracks. I've got them loosely color-coded by type. So here's like all of our drums and grooves. We've got our bass stuff here. We've got our guitars. We have a boatload of, you know, orchestral stuff, percussion, you know, all that stuff. Some vocals, which I color-coded the wrong color because why not? Probably fix that. And we've also got a ton of extra vocal stuff. Look at all these stacks. And we have some effects printed. So that is an absolute colossus of a session. And what's cool is the way Devin approaches his stuff and his notes. He approaches his mixes and his songs like orchestral compositions. So that is definitely a challenge, like I said, for anybody to mix. So I'm going to shut up. Let's listen to part of this song. We'll listen to a little bit, and then we'll kind of skip around and just check out some of the other parts. So you can kind of just get a vibe for how diverse this song is and how much of just an absolute pleasure it's going to be to mix it. You get the vibe. I mean, this song has a ton of diversity. You've got heavy parts, you've got light parts, you've got orchestral parts. You have, I mean, anything and everything you could ever want in this song. And like I said, I think this is going to be insanely fun to mix. So let's break this down and take a look at some of these tracks. I'm going to try to get through this sort of quicker. I mean, I could sit here for probably 2 hours and go through all the stuff in this session. So let's take a look at guitars and bass. We'll start with the bass stack here. We got a lot of bass instruments. Let's solo. That's 6 tracks of bass. We've got like a DI. Apparently I can't read in color code, but that's okay. SVT, an amp, boombox. We have a fretless in the verse, which is kind of cool. Computer CPU is just going nuts. It's great. Some guitars. Okay, so now let's take a look at all the guitars. I always like to check things on bass anytime we have multiple tracks for polarity and stuff like that. It looks like, yeah, you might want to play around with some of the, you know, the phase and time aligning and stuff like that. Okay, let's take a look at the guitars and see what those sound like. Nice, crunchy, twangy rock tones. Let's check out the acoustics. Those sound phenomenal. Okay, we got a bunch of more guitars here later. Let's check out some of these in this stack. More twangy stuff. Bunch of leads, ambient things. You can see there's just like an insane diversity of instruments in this. It's pretty wild. Let's take a look at our drums. So I'm gonna solo out all of these stacks here and let's see what we got. Drums sound phenomenal. Let's check out the verse. That is one fat loop. I like that. That's printed. Okay, so individual drum stuff. Looks like we've got things like sub drops and gongs and some contact stuff. Let's check that out real quick. Sounds like a damage loop. We got a kick in, kick out. Kick trigger. Oh, it looks like we got Randy Staub's samples here. We got the metal kick, the Staub kick, and the death kick. Yeah, that's awesome if you want that Nickelback sound. Hell yeah. What a treat for you to be able to get your hands on those samples. Snare top, trigger snare. Got a bunch of toms. Hat ride, override. So they've labeled which side of the drum. So for example, which side is hi-hat, which side is ride cymbal. So it's always nice when engineers do that because you can see if you want to switch audience or drummer perspective, it's very easy to know where to put things. Room sound phenomenal. Overhead sound phenomenal. I mean, everything just sounds so ridiculously good in this. I mean, it's just fantastic. Okay, let's take a look at some of the synth stuff. Oh my, I can only imagine how long it took to write and produce this. I mean, this is just a colossal effort. I love all this post stuff. It just makes songs so super cool. Let's check out some of this stuff. Yeah, that's cool. We got all the orchestra stuff, Stab. That'll save you 50 tracks right there. Those orchestral programs, sometimes you can knock things out by microphone and individual and room mics and things like that. So it's good that this is at least consolidated. You know, I mixed a power metal thing once and like, you know, they sent me like 120 orchestra tracks. I'm like, can we just break it into major groups? And it was much easier to mix. So I always prefer mixing things like that in subgroups because it just makes it a lot easier. And then if the band is like, hey, you know, we wanted the violins a little bit louder, it's just like reprint your stem, send it to me and I'll bunch it through my processing. So I always enjoy not having that level of control because sometimes I feel like you can kind of go down that rabbit hole and it gets detrimental. Okay, let's check out some of these epic stacks. And it looks like we have two different vocalists here.
And this man... Lead me to the mother. We are all of us.
Vocals sound phenomenal. Let's check out these additional vocals down here and see what these sound like. Oh, we have an extra singer. Okay. Female vocals. Okay, that's pretty cool. I mean, this song is really going to be a masterclass, I think, for anyone mixing this in terms of balancing and really, you know, getting each section to sound cohesive, not only in terms of like micro balancing and sectional balancing, but getting everything to work as a whole and have the song flow. That is really a challenge. Like this is the kind of session where it's worth it to take the time to mix it because you are just going to get so much better as a mixer when you do something like this. It looks like he's printed all of his effects. Baby blue. So that's cool. I always love it when an artist does that because as a mixer, you're sitting there and it's just like, here are the vocal effects we want. And it's like, you can add stuff if you want, but this is what they've been listening to. This is what they're in love with. So try not to mess that vibe and balance up. I think that's really important. That's really, really awesome. So yeah, I mean, this song is just a colossus. I can't emphasize enough how ridiculous this song is in terms of production and you know, everything in here is just so masterfully engineered. Every single tone sounds phenomenal. So I think really the challenge is for you to not mess it up this month when you mix this song and to really just, like I said, focus on your balances, your sectional stuff, because, you know, a song with tones this good almost mixes itself in terms of like the way things set together, the way things are arranged. So a lot of the work that needs to be done is going to be in the balance, you know, and just get everything to be cohesive, the glue to push and pull together, you know, for the song to have a life and a vibe and things like that. So Absolutely awesome. So if you're not familiar with Nail the Mix, I'm going to head over to the website here for a second and show you what you get when you subscribe to Nail the Mix at nailthemix.com. So when you log into nailthemix.com here and you sign up, basically here is your dashboard, and we have all kinds of really cool stuff for you to dig in that come with your subscription that you may or may not be aware of. But if you come in, you click on the Nail the Mix page, you can see here are all the files. You can hear the song. You can get mix crits, ask questions, session info, mix notes from Devin, all that fun stuff. We've also have other different sessions with different mixers. You can get, for example, if you want to do Devin's song Genesis, we had that. Another fantastic Nail the Mix session. So not only do you get Nail the Mix, but you also are going to get access to what are called mix labs. So mix labs are like bite-size little tutorials and things like that to teach you a specific thing in like 5 to 10 minutes. So for example, if you want to dive into some guitar stuff, you can just hit the guitar filter and then boom, we've got 25 things here on guitars where you're going to learn something and get some pretty cool, like how to get the best performance out of your guitar player so the tone doesn't suck and you don't have to sit there for 18 hours fiddling with an amp sim trying to get it to sound good. You know what I mean? So all of that stuff is in here. We have so many different topics. You can see engineering, EQ, mastering, mixing, etc. There's tons and tons of content. We've got 160 things approximately that are in the Mix Lab vault here. Now, the other thing you're also going to get is what's called Portfolio Builder. And these are songs that if you want to mix and use in your own portfolio, you can do so to get paid work and things like that and clientele, as well as just practice. So you've got 35 songs in different genres from death metal to pop and to everything in between, country, whatever. We got all this different stuff in here, and you can mix it, you can practice, and that's 35 songs for you to practice with on top of your Nail the Mix. So that's all included in your subscription. Now, if you really, really, really want to get sick at mixing and really learn this stuff, or if you're also on like the beginner side too, but this goes from being a beginner to a pro, but especially if you're a beginner, you need to go enhanced, which is nailthemix.com/upgrade. It's $1 your first month. And enhanced has what's called the fast track library. This is the most deep dive thing that you can possibly get yourself into in audio in terms of education and learning. We've got 65 of these. So for example, in Nail the Mix, you might watch somebody mix a song from start to finish, but we might just have, they might talk about compression for, 20, 30, 40 minutes, but in the fast track library, you can sit down and you can learn compression from scratch to pro, how to hear it, how to use it musically, how to move audio, how to get the listener to come out of their seat, all the way to just what is a compressor? What does it do? How do you set your attack and release time? What ratio should I use? Things like that. So we have all these great fast tracks on a variety of just insanely awesome topics. And again, if you're a beginner, we have things like mixing fundamentals and things that basically go in, introduction to dynamics, where you can go in and just learn how to do that stuff. We have fantastic trainers where you can practice your EQ, balancing decisions, all that stuff. And they just get phenomenal results. Ask anybody who's in enhanced. Once you're in enhanced, you're going to stay and you're going to love it because it is just absolutely the best place to learn how to mix audio on the entire internet. So we have an insane collection of stuff covering every topic known to mankind. So that is one thing you get with your enhanced subscription. Another thing we also include is called Mix Rescue, where you can come in and we got 56 of these. A pro will take your mix and we have different DAWs and remix it for you and show you how you can improve it and what problems you're running into. So that's also included. And we also have one-on-one sessions where you can book time with our staff. We have an amazing URM community. We do meetups all over the globe, things like that. An amazing Facebook, which is really, really positive and incredible. No trolling. So you can come in and ask noob questions, or, people would say, I got a really dumb, stupid question. It's like, well, not in our group. We're here to help you. We all understand in the group. Like it's just super great vibe. And we're here to help you get better. And you can ask any question. It doesn't matter how basic or how complicated. Somebody most likely has an answer and is going to be helpful. It's something that we really pride ourselves on here at URM and something that we really, really care about. It's very, very important for you to help you on your mixing journey. So all that stuff is included. Like I said, in Enhanced, the community is also part of Nail the Mix. So you get a ton of insanely awesome perks and benefits when you sign up for Nail the Mix or URM Enhanced at nailthemix.com/enhance. So happy mixing, everybody. We will see you next month.